Let's have a look at the staff admin table and why it's important to have accurate data in some of these fields. Perhaps it's more accurate to say you can do some pretty powerful things if your data in here is correct. There's some metadata over here on the left, like name and username. Don't worry too much about this. Users can use their email address to log in. And also teacher code. Teacher codes obviously have to be unique within the school. There are two email fields. Why is that? Well, the first field is the staff member's school email address. They'll use this to log in as long as they're employed at the school. So it's important that this is right. The second field is an optional alternate email. Say you have a teacher who has just been employed and can't access their school email yet, or a parent who is on parental leave who is using a personal email and isn't really checking school emails. You can set an alternate email address, and then if you use our inbuilt emailer, emails will be sent by default to the alternate email unless it's blank, in which case it will revert back to the school email address. T/N stands for teacher or non-teacher. You can create reports that analyze, for example, the cost of your teaching staff, but there's another reason to make sure this data is right. If you create a staff intention survey and tag a particular section of the survey with the letter T, only teachers will see those questions. This is particularly handy if you're asking which classes your teachers would like to teach next year. You can put an O for ongoing or a C for contract in the contract column, so you'll know who to meet with at the end of the year to discuss the prospect of ongoing work. The admin column is very important as it controls permission levels within the site. There are 6 relevant permission levels. Let's click Edit to explore these a little further. When you sign up, we will allocate on your instructions a timetabler teaching or timetabler non-teaching. A teaching timetabler will appear in all of the staffing screens. Executive read-only can see every screen in the site, but they cannot edit any of them. In fact, generally speaking, only timetablers can edit data in the site. Limited read-only users can see every screen unless it contains financial data. Coordinator covers all users to whom you might want to grant access to certain pages or certain filtered data within the site. For example, you could set a Year 7 to 9 maths coordinator on Campus A, and that user would only see classes tagged with the Years 7, 8 or 9, the relevant campus, and the maths faculty or learning area. And finally, teacher covers everyone not allocated a higher permission level within the site. If you'd like someone to be able to access the site, make sure they are at least allocated the teacher permission level. While we're in here, you'll see down here that there are plenty more fields within the edit screen in which you can store teacher information. Back to the staff list, and the last fields we'll look at are active and future. These are tick box fields. A teacher who is here this year and likely to be here next year should have 2 ticks. If a teacher is certain to leave and you don't want to see them in planner or future loads, untick them in the future column. If they're returning next year, untick them in the active column. Does it look like a teacher disappeared? Untick the active filter to show all teachers in the database. There's no need to ever remove or delete a teacher, simply untick them to stop them from appearing in your table. And by the way, almost every field in here can be edited by using the merge from CSV function that we've covered in other videos.